boss, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, whose very patriotic stand on national issues and very objective way of handling them actually led to the consumption and delivery of the that committee, called Committee on the Presidential Advisory Committee on National Dialogue. That was the first initiative that led to the national conference. It was that committee that worked out the framework for the conference.
Thank you, sir. Is still the job
for the benefit of our national coalition, national discussion, and indeed for the future of our nation.
There you have it. The book, The National Conversation, Interest and Intrigues That Shaped the 2014 National Conference.
Let's join, please. Okay. Let's come to the rest.
It is a great privilege and honor to present to the reading public this very important book titled The National Conversation.
I am Apandem James. What the content of the book basically has to do with the interests and intrigues that shaped the discussions at the 2014 National Conference. You know, the National Conference was set up by the government of that time to as a response to the agitation of the people who were troubled by a number of issues bedeviling the country. So these issues have been discussed, have been talked about from several angles by different people. Some of them have ethnic, some have political, some have religious undertones, some had economic undertones also. And of course, some have been challenges that have been there since even before independence. All these challenges have been there. So, government said, okay, so you guys come sit together and talk, and then come out with a resolution of what we should do. And the who is who in this country were gathered, put in one place. I said, talk, and let's have your perspectives. Let's have what you think should be the solution to the problems of this country. How do we go about this? They sat down, in spite of their differences. They sat down and disagreed to agree. Because they started with disagreement. Gathered 20 Nigerians put in a place to start on the first of all with disagreement. But the majority that was brought in led to the quick resolution of the issues involved. And it was adjudged one of the best conferences, national conferences that has come out of this country. We've had quite some number. Some came and was in a disarray midway. Some came and did not arrive at any serious. But this one which was not even given a chance at the beginning, to the surprise of even those who put the conference together. The conference came out successful. Unfortunately, it was not followed up the way it should have been. Now, people, because of our tendencies, quite a number of people did not bother to sit down and really interrogate the issues that were raised at the conference and the decisions taken. So people now come talking at cross purposes, even people who were members of the conference. The first year passed, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, it was as if it was going. We now said, no, we shouldn't go. Let us revisit it. And principally, because some people who said one thing there are now saying something else. Let us tell the people this is what some of them said. It's just to put everything out there. The conference report gives us an official position, but what we have done is like the unofficial things that went on behind the scene. And some of the details that have to do with some of the very critical issues that are still contending issues in this country today. Well, it is not the content of this book that will help tackle. It is the issues that the book is addressing. You know, the book is not bringing up ideas. It is bringing up the ideas of the delegates at the conference, how they arrived at whatever decisions they took, and what happened behind the scene that led to some of those decisions. And then some of the things that also happened during the pendency of the conference, which were not out there. A lot of people didn't know what was going on. For instance, people talk about the composition of the conference. There were hues and cries about the composition. So what exactly was it? Some people boycotted the conference. Why? Why did they boycott the conference? Why did they stay away? The composition, why did this group have higher numbers than the other group? Because some of those things were looked at from purely regional and ethnic perspective. But people did not also consider the fact that there were professions. There were groups like civil societies, civil society groups. We even had market women. We had Council of Women's Society. We had the youth. You know, these were not groups selected on the basis of quota. They were selected on the basis of activity. For instance, we have all the bodies, the professional bodies, the academies, the youth groups and all that. They sent the executive. So if they have the executive, all of them, the executive is from one region. It wasn't deliberate. It was basically because the executives, the people they sent to represent them at the conference, came from wherever they came from. They say, we are going back, or we are getting to another dispensation. And the issues are not going away. The issues that were discussed then are still there today. So the issues are not going away. And we must continue to talk about it. So the book basically is to go back to say this is what was discussed. They are still relevant today. That's basically it.
Mrs. Ijonwesis Eniti Tebet. I may not know so much about them, but I know they're journalists, and I really have to commend them for putting this together. The conference, I'm told, actually, as you all know, actually held in 2014. So you can imagine it's taken them like 8 years to put up this book. Very intensive, 633 pages. So I really commend them. Akpandem James and Sam Akwe. Every Nigerian, this book is so timely for me. I would want every Nigerian to have a copy. I came in here, with the intention, I'm actually representing someone, but I couldn't have left this place without getting a copy. Nigeria is burning. We all need to buy this book and know how to chart the course forward. I'm told that, like the book reviewer said, Nigeria knows her problem, but the willpower to actually solve the problem is still burning. So we need to wake up. We need to fight and see how this country can remain as one. Yes, they need to look at the recommendations. A lot was put in to put up the conference, and a lot of representatives, from professional bodies, people came from all sectors of the country to sit down and discuss the problems of Nigeria. So we need to look at and see how we can resolve and profess solution to move this country forward and keep Nigeria as one.
Thank you for watching BMC TV. Please watch, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.